Thank you for tuning in to Kalyani Yoga, Meditations for Sleep and Healing. This is Practice 2 from Dr. Miller's book, The iREST Program for Healing and PTSD. I'm so glad you decided to take this journey with us as we make our way through the book to find peace of mind and healing for PTSD. If you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend that you get the book and read it. I'm not associated with the book in any way. I don't make any money for telling you to buy it. I had to read this book as part of my PTSD certification in yoga, and I see the value in educating ourselves and us being the driving force behind our own healing, finding our power again. When we have experienced trauma, we lose our sense of wholeness. We may feel like we're broken into a million little pieces that are just barely glued together. It's common to feel like we'll shatter at the slightest breeze. We become extremely fragile. For people like me that consider ourselves strong survivors, this can be extremely challenging to feel so powerless. We begin to identify as our situation. Like when my husband was diagnosed with leukemia, I instantly identified as caregiver. But that is just a title. It was a job. It was a thing that I was doing because I love him. It wasn't who I am at my core. Who I am beyond the titles is hard to put into words. It's a presence, a piece, a part of me that never dies, the soul. It is our being, and it can be described as our felt sense. In order to feel whole again, we need to remember the simple feeling of being. I had to realize that if my husband died, of course I would be crushed. But the essence of me, who I am at my core, was going to be okay. When we experience situations that cause us to lose touch with our felt sense of wholeness, there are 5 special messengers that come to alert us to recover our well-being. They can come as a negative or a positive message. Dr. Richard Miller describes these messages as a natural process within our body and mind that include our gut feelings, emotions, thoughts, and mental images. They give us the internal feedback we need in order to heal our PTSD, no matter how severe it may be. The practice today is designed to acquaint you with your basic being as the doorway that leads you back to feeling your basic wholeness, health, and well-being. As you move through this practice, please take as much time as you need on each section. You can pause the recording at any time and rejoin us again when you're ready. You may even want to get a journal or a piece of paper to jot down things that come up for you. I found the process of journaling to be very beneficial. We'll begin our practice after this short message. Welcome to iREST Practice 2, The Power of Being. If this is your first time listening to this section, please set your notebook and pen aside. Listen to the entire recording all the way through without pausing. After you have done that, go back and re-listen to this section, pausing the recording after each messenger to jot down what came up for you. So we'll find a comfortable position now, allowing the body to soften and melt. Gently begin to deepen your breath and invite it to slow down. Then open your senses to your surroundings, observing any sounds, colors, light, open to the feeling of the environment around you. The touch of air on your skin, the sensations where your body touches the surface that is providing support. Notice the feeling of your entire body and your felt sense of simply being. Take a moment to enjoy simply being. Take delight in not having to be somewhere. Let go of whatever you were previously doing or thinking. Just being. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Simply enjoy the easy feeling of just being. Merge with and lose your sense of separation from this feeling of being. Feel yourself not just in being, but completely absorbed as being. Become being. As you listen to each of the following questions, let go of everything you've previously heard or experienced. Enjoy the easy feeling of simply being while you answer each question from your own experience as being. First messenger. Feeling and experiencing yourself as being. When you're just being, how would you describe your experience of where you're located in space? Where, for instance, is your innermost center and your outermost boundary? When you're just being, do you have a distinct border or boundary? Second messenger. When you're just being, without going into thinking or memory, what's your experience of time? Third messenger. When you're just being, is there anything that you need to acquire that will make you any better or more perfect than you already are as being? Fourth messenger. When you're just being, is there anything you need to understand that would make you any more connected than you already are as being? Fifth messenger. When you're just being, is there anything you need to do that by accomplishing it would make you any more complete than you already are as being? Take a few moments now to simply be. Without going into memory or thinking. Feel your wholeness of being. Spacious. Timeless. Perfect. Connected. Complete. Just as you are. Just as it is. Without going into thinking. Just being. As you're ready, taking your time while experiencing the feeling of being and wholeness. Sense your physical body and the feeling of being. Feel the sensation of your body touching the surface that's supporting it, and the feeling of being. The touch of air on your skin and the feeling of being. Light, color, and sound, and the feeling of being. The feeling of the space around you and the feeling of being. Now open your eyes and notice what you see, hear, and feel, while also noticing the feeling of being. Next, close your eyes and reaffirm the feeling of being. Now open and close your eyes several times while continuing to affirm the feeling of being. As you're ready, come back to sensing yourself fully alert, with your eyes open, feeling present in this moment. Feeling present in your body. Feeling present in your thoughts. Feeling present in your emotions and the environment around you. even as you continue to experience your underlying feeling of being and wholeness. Experiencing your felt sense of being and wholeness in your daily life has a very powerful effect on healing your PTSD. Feel free to stop this recording, get your notebook and pen, and re-listen to this section so you can write down what arises for you after each messenger. So now that we have completed the practice, let's go back and review each messenger a little bit more in depth. So, messenger 1, do you feel contracted and limited, or spacious and whole? This question is not designed to cause self-judgment. We simply want to observe how we are feeling in the present moment. If we are feeling contracted and limited, we are not yet in touch with our felt sense, and that's okay. We may need some more time. We can repeat this practice as many times as you need to in order to get back in touch with your felt sense. If you are feeling spacious and whole, then congratulations. You have rediscovered your felt sense and have taken a big step forward in healing your PTSD. Dr. Miller says one description of yourself as being is that you are an undeniable presence that is spacious, unlimited, and whole. In Messenger 2, we were asked, do you feel limited by time or timeless and whole? When we are stuck in our own head, we may feel limited by time. But when we are truly experiencing ourselves as being, there is a sense of timelessness. Time is irrelevant when we are being. There is no past to relive, no future to worry about. There is only presence, this moment and this breath. Our thinking slows and settles. Dr. Miller says another description of yourself as being is that you are an undeniable presence that is timeless and whole. In Messenger 3, we were asked, do you feel lacking and flawed or perfect just the way you are? When we are truly just being, we feel no lack. We no longer notice any imperfections. We feel complete and whole, perfect with all of our imperfections. We accept ourselves just the way we are, and we allow it to be enough. If we continue to strive to be more perfect or try to correct any of our sense of lack, we have lost the felt sense of being. Dr. Miller says another description of yourself as being is that you are beyond need and feeling flawed or lacking, and you are perfect wholeness just as you are. In Messenger 4, we were asked, do you feel confused and disconnected or fully connected? When you are just being, is there anything that you need to know that would make you more connected than you already are? Connection is a knowing that sometimes gets covered up by pain. We forget that we are not separate. You don't need any extra knowledge to recognize being. You simply have to remember and practice getting back in touch with your felt sense of being. Another description of yourself, according to Dr. Miller, is that you are an undeniable presence and complete wholeness, just as you are. Finally, do you feel incomplete or complete? Messenger 5 asks us, when we are being, Is there anything that will make us any more complete than we already are as being? Most people realize that they don't have to do anything special to experience being. We can experience being anywhere and at any time. It is a simple shift of awareness, a moment of unplugging from the outside world to tune back into ourselves. In order to be, we do have to let go of doing and accept what is in this moment without judgment. Dr. Miller says, "You are an undeniable presence that is complete and whole just as you are. You need to do nothing in order to be your complete wholeness." I hope that you have enjoyed practice 2. Please note that as we take this journey together, this is in no way to take the place of reaching out to get help and guidance for your PTSD. This is simply a tool to assist you while you are getting professional help for your PTSD. Together, I believe we can break down the stigma and self-judgment of reaching out for help. Herschel Walker was just in town and did a number of talks. He is a huge proponent of destigmatizing mental health issues. And if you ever get the chance, please go see one of his talks. Until next time, thank you for tuning into Kalyani Yoga, Meditations for Sleep and Healing.